There's microplastics in my penis.
Yes, there could be. Studies have shown that. And
Have there been any studies done on the impact of people cooking on these versus people that don't cook with these non-stick sort of Teflon pans?
well, I can tell you that they've measured the amount of chemicals that are coming off of the pans. And so if you've ever had a nonstick piece of cookware, it scratches very easily.
Yeah.
And some of these scratches are microscopic and invisible to the naked eye. Studies have found that a surface scratch can release 9,000 particles from that nonstick coating into your food. And if it's a crack, that number jumps up to 2.3 billion particles that are transferred into your food.
And what's that going to do to my health? What are these PFAS doing to my health?
Well, PFAS are linked with several types of cancers. So kidney and testicular cancer, thyroid disorders, which thyroid problems are so common these days, but they're not normal.
That's a fact.
Then we have increased risk of miscarriage, preterm labor, preterm birth, preeclampsia, which is high blood pressure during pregnancy. That's could be deadly. You also have increased obesity that's linked with PFAS chemicals. And PFAS also contribute to an increase in endometriosis and PCOS.
Oh, really?
So people who have endometriosis and PCOS, they have found to have higher levels of PFAS in their bodies. And PFAS are found in everybody. No one's exempt. Everyone has PFAS in our bodies. But whether or not they're able to exert toxicity depends on your inner environment, depends on how many other chemicals your body is working to fight off.
I just pulled up some studies here. One of the studies from 2023, which you might be aware of, showed that higher levels of PFAS in the blood of women in Singapore were associated with a 30 to 40% lower chance of pregnancy and live birth within 1 year. Another study sampled 381 blood samples from people trying to lose weight, and no matter the diet that these participants tried, they gained weight if they had elevated PFAS exposure. What the hell? They gained weight even if they tried different diets.
Yeah, so these chemicals are known, endocrine disruptors are also known as obesogens. So they're increasing the prevalence of obesity. So you store more fat and you can't lose it.
Obesogens? I thought food was the only obesogen.
Well, the chemicals that you're being exposed to through your cookware, through food packaging, they're also sources of these endocrine disruptors.
And what?
I don't understand none of these languages. But one thing I would like to know, why aren't these things illegal to use in, as she said, cookware and food packaging? You would think the government, would have make all these chemicals illegal. These people talk about war and drugs so much, but why are these things still legal to use? It's crazy.
About cancer, is PFAS linked to cancer? Have they done any studies on that with animals or?
Yeah, in humans, it's kidney and testicular cancer.
Okay. What about prostate? I know that's a big concern for a lot of men in particular.
I haven't seen direct evidence on that, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was also linked because that's also a hormonal tissue.
A study from 2021 in mice at the University of Illinois found that a high-fat diet combined with PFAS exposure could cause changes in prostate cells that promote tumor growth. Is there an alternative to PFAS? Is there something that I could use instead of this non-stick pan?
Yeah, just get rid of the non-stick chemicals altogether. And that would be something as simple as cast iron, stainless steel, glass cookware, ceramic cookware.
It's just a bit more annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, non-stick cookware is amazing. I mean, you can make food slide off, cleanup is a breeze, but at what cost? You might be saving time when you're cooking, but how much of that time is being taken off the back end of your lifespan is the question.
Yo, these people, like, let me say this, they always package the worst thing for you in the best looking package. Like for real. Like when you look at these non-stick cookware, as she said, they look good. Always look nice, to put in the kitchen so the kitchen can look really nice. And also, pretty much, as she said, they make cooking, a little bit easy. Depends on what you're cooking. But what's the cost, though? What's the cost? Like, yeah, use all these nice looking pots and stuff, but damn, with all those chemical in there, yo, that's crazy.
Question.
So you're saying throw this away?
I would. But see, that's the other thing is if you are then hearing this
Wow.
and you're like, I got to get rid of my cookware. Well, guess what? You throw that out and it ends up in a landfill and the PFAS chemicals are now in the environment where they won't go away.
So am I throwing
So
it?
it really depends, right? If you are in the position to where you can get rid of it, then it might benefit you. But the key is to really stop buying it. But you already have it.
Yeah.
So it's really up to you.
In terms of cookware, that's better for me. Avoid the non-stick. Go for stainless steel, cast iron. What about the utensils then? So things like, I've got a plastic spatula here in my hand. Is this good?
No, because that's melting. It's breaking off into little tiny bits and fragments of microplastics and nanoplastics in your food.
Damn.
So bad spatula.
Yes.
Okay.
The silicone, the silicone rubber, the plastic. If you just think about the fact that it's being heated up, if you've ever looked at one, the integrity, you'll see it starting to fray. If you see any bits coming off,
Yeah,
then you
there's-
know it's definitely breaking up and getting into your food.
Yeah, there's loads of little
That's true.
pieces missing from the end of the plastic. And I guess that's gone into the food most likely,
Right.
slowly dissolving over time.
Right. Because with nonstick cookware, you can't use metal utensils, right? You'll scratch the surface. But guess what? Even with that, you can scratch the surface.
So the wooden
Wow.
one here in my left hand, that's better.
Yes. At least from a safety and microplastic and nonstick chemical perspective, yes.
Are you concerned at all? with
No,
wooden
not
one?
at all.
Okay, so wood is fine.
Wood is totally fine.
Okay.
What people normally will say is, I can't properly clean the wood. But I haven't had that issue. You just clean it with soap and water and it is fine.
Okay. So we'll keep the wooden spatula. What else in terms of cooking products? So I've got this pan here. You're saying this is a good one? Stainless steel?
Yes.
Great. Keep that one. Keep that one. Okay, what about this? Nice plastic container, super convenient. Put my lunch in it, go to work, maybe pop it in the microwave, heat it up, get my takeaway in it. Plastic container. Good?
Nope.
Absolutely not. Do not microwave plastic containers. Even after just a few seconds, you'll get release of billions of microplastic particles into your food. Just from a tiny square centimeter, you'll get billions of microplastic particles. And with microplastics, they're hard. It's a solid mass. It does not break down in the body.
What if it says BPA free?
That's great, but it's still plastic. It's still microplastic. It's still nanoplastic releasing. And it probably has phthalates in it, depending on the type of plastic.
Right. Okay, so you don't want to be microwaving these. And,
Yeah.
and if I get microplastics into my food, what's the net impact? What's the harm of that?
Well, microplastics don't break down. They don't go away. Again, they're accumulating in human tissues. So they've actually been found in a whole number. I'm pretty sure they're all over the body at this point. We just have to see the evidence to know, right? And so they're in human lungs, blood, in the gut tissue. They're in heart. They're in brain. They are in the placenta. They're also in penis. And they have been detected in...
There's microplastics in my penis.
Yes, there could be. Studies have shown that. And even in newborn babies. So when babies are born, they have their first bowel movement, which is known as meconium. And in the meconium, microplastics have been found. So that means babies are being exposed to microplastics in utero. They're being born with plastics in their body.
And what's the risk of that?
Well, the risk is that they don't go away, number one. And on a cellular level, they're causing inflammation and oxidative stress. And oxidative stress is free radical damage. And what that means is if you ingest these microplastic particles, which everyone is, and they're in your tissues, and your body cannot get rid of them, then they're basically like the equivalent of a million little fires all over your body. And unless you have enough detox capability, like antioxidants, to get rid of them, they're there to stay.
What do you mean by detox capabilities? As in my liver and my
Yeah,
kidneys?
exactly. Every cell in your body has some antioxidants in it. If you didn't, you would be dead. Because in order to live on this planet and breathe oxygen, we need antioxidants to neutralize the free radicals that happen through cellular respiration, right? So whenever we breathe oxygen, there are free radicals that are created. And our cells have naturally in them antioxidants like glutathione, and they help to neutralize these free radicals. But glutathione is also vital for detoxifying environmental chemicals. So if you think about it, how does the body decide what's more important? Do I neutralize these free radicals because I need to breathe and live? Or do I have to deal with these chemicals over here? I don't know. So you're literally being torn. Your body is torn at this point. What to deal with first? And usually it's the oxygen. I need to breathe. So let me neutralize the free radicals from breathing oxygen. Then I'll deal with these chemicals later if I have enough left in the tank. And most people don't. Modern lifestyles are resulting in depletion of glutathione. Our glutathione is being robbed by these microplastics, by these parabens, phthalates, and other chemicals that you find in consumer products.
If you had to sum up in a sentence what microplastics are doing to us, what would that sentence be?
Slowly killing
God damn.
us over time. We're becoming plastic. We're actually known as the Plasticine
pretty much.
epoch. Humankind is
Plasticine.
more plastic. Eventually, we will become more plastic than we are humans if we
God help us.
continue at this rate. There have been
Wow.
over 300 million metric tons of plastics produced.
I mean, that's a really big number, but I can't really wrap my head around it.
And they don't go away. They don't go away. That's the problem. They just continually break up into smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller fragments.
A 2024 study on microplastics in human livers, kidneys, and brains found that all of them contained microplastics, but the brain contained 10 to 20 times more than any other organ. The brain's measured around 0.5% plastic by weight. That's a Guardian article. So does that mean 0.5% of my brain is plastic?
Yes, and that's because plastic is fat soluble and the brain is mostly fat. So microplastics travel there through the bloodstream, we inhale them, they go to the brain, and they can't leave because the brain does not have the ability to detoxify itself the way that other tissues do.
I guess it wasn't expecting the plastic.
Right. So it's like, who's this? I can't get rid of you, so just stay. But then what is it doing to you over time?
What is it doing to our brains over time? I'm going to throw this away, by the way. I'm not going to microwave my food in plastic anymore. What is it doing to our brains over time, do you think? Is there any associations?
I haven't seen any clear evidence, but my hypothesis is that it's increasing the likelihood of cognitive decline. And the brain is one of the most important, obviously the most important organ.
Man, lots of information in this video. I really like everything that she's saying. Just want to go ahead and share this video, man. Pretty much what I get from this video is it's just a lot of chemical we're consuming, yo. Yeah, man. If you have these pots and they're looking terrible, man, I already know what to do. Get rid of them. Anyway, like the video, share. Make sure you share this video with people you think need to see it.